season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 63 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Henry. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Mullins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Looking to throw. Mullins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Mullins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Off the play fake. Mullins. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Back to throw. Mullins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Thunderbirds are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
That's a great response here in this 1st quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense led by their wide receiver headed out for their 2nd possession. And as we play out the final stretch of games, he entered our contest here as the NFL's leader in receiving yards.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Off-play action. Mullins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Looking to throw. Mullins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Glover. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
They'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
A last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up the 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Henry. Throw left side complete. That's McLaughlin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Henry.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
When you look at this defense,
this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Neal. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Looking to throw. Henry looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Neal. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to throw. Henry. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off play action. Henry. They'll roll him out right.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes he just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Glover, and they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Mullins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
3rd down and 1.
Looking to throw. Mullins. That is caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Back to throw. Mullins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Mullins over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Off the play fake. Mullins.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First down, Thunderbirds.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Glover. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On first down, it's Glover. And he'll go down at the 28.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd down and 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mullins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
Here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. Henry. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Throwing to start the drive. Henry. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Henry got his man complete over the middle. It's Neal. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw. Henry. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a... All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's putting together a remarkable season, currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December.
Throwing to start the drive. Mullins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Mullins. Powering forward. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Up the middle they go. Glover. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Mullins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Operating from the gun. Mullins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. All told, they get 13 yards on that play. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab.
And the Thunderbirds are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Henry. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Mullins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
3rd down and 10.
Looking to throw. Henry. Throw left side, complete. That's Neal. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Louisville offense back out now. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Off-play action. Mullins. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles.